All right. Thank you so much, Project SINAG OJTs and collaborators, for sharing with us different solar PV research opportunities. We now open the floor for questions. Just send them in via the Q&A tab here in Zoom. With your question, kindly include the name of the study or presenter to help us identify who should provide you with a response.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, so I'll be facilitating the open forum for PSC 2023. There's one question here in the Q&A tab from Michael Santiago. Actually, I've already answered it here, but let me also read my answer. So the question of Mr. Santiago is, as individuals and persons on different industries, is there a way for us to contribute more on these projects? So first of all, thank you, Mr. Santiago, for the question. And thank you for your interest in Project CNAG. So as I mentioned in the answer, a very important contribution from our industry partners are the actual output power generation. And if you have in situ weather data, those are very important inputs to our forecasting models. So we need them. We need this data to calibrate and validate our forecasting models, as well as we also need them to assess the accuracy of our resource potential maps. So if you can give us those precious data, then that would be very valuable to us. Of course, there are some limitations on what to call this, data privacy, if you will. No, but we can do some negotiations on that. Let's say for we can draft some NDAs and some other negotiations. No, yeah. And then in the chat box, we have another question from Mr. Santiago. For Mike Marave. Uh, Mike Marave is from MSCU Gensan. Okay, so this is the question for Mike Marave. Is the monitoring being continued for the forecast versus actual? And are there any differences in the results? We have Mike Marave here. He's still around.
Hello, good day.
Or
Um,
Ma'am Pilos.
in the case of monitoring, hindi po. Kasi yung
Mike
data
Marave is here. Pero
po.
parang mahina yung kanyang output.
Ay, wait lang, sir. Am I
Mike, go
audible
ahead.
po?
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
in the case of monitoring, hindi na po kasi yung availability ng data namin ng insight data from power plant po is from 2019 and wala pong latest data. Kaya yung monitoring po is not being continued po as of the moment.
Okay. But at least the methodology is there, no, for the monitoring purposes. Yeah. So you can, well,
Yes, no.
anyone who has some solar PV installations can utilize your methodology if they want. But thank you. Okay. Other questions? So far, only two questions. One from the Q&A tab and the other one's from the chat box. Do you have any other questions? Actually, I have a question for our Chinese counterparts. I don't know if they're still here. We have our Chinese counterparts. Oh yeah, so they're already gone. So As actually, I'm very interested on the presentation of Wang Jiru on the complementary characteristics of wind and solar energy resources in China based on a three-component complementary index. And I'm curious if you have also do the same or apply their methodology this time in terms or analyzing the complementary characteristics of solar and other renewable energy sources like solar and hydro, like mini hydro or micro hydro. So because some sites are also doing that. So we have a hybrid of solar and hydro. So probably we can, ano, we can send the question directly to our Chinese counterparts through email. So if you have questions for them, please send us that questions either via chat or via email. And then we will send that to our Chinese counterparts. Yeah. So just a comment from, a remark from Mr. Santiago. The data is very interesting and it might be valuable in the future forecasting. Thank you. So I think that's all for the open forum. Again, if you have any further questions, please send us an email and relay that questions to the corresponding speakers. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Art. And to all of you, we hope that today's colloquium have inspired you to pursue solar PV research. And yes, we can help you with solar PV and weather data needs. So you can find the webpage link in the chat. I'm sending it to you right now. So that's just visit sinag.nhc.upd.edu.ph/data request.